Hey, this is so good. This is a smoothie, and it's pineapple, blueberry, vanilla yogurt, Greek yogurt, orange juice, honey, coconut milk, and it's amazing. So, hello! It's me, the Gaylord of the internet. It's actually a very pretentious title. I am not the Gaylord of the internet. I don't know who is, but it's not me, with my measly 350 subscribers. Just kidding, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for subscribing. It means a lot. I'm in a very vloggy kind of mood. In other words, I can't stop talking to myself, so here I am. It's my last day of school today. Like, my actual last day of high school ever. It's really very upsetting. My senior quote was, "It's Oliver," and it was attributed to Oliver Chadra, me, because there was a shitstorm that went down with my name in the yearbook, and the most that I was able to get my name to say under my picture was my birth name, and then in parentheses, Oliver, and then my last name. Like it's some kind of hip nickname or something, and not my actual name. Fortunately and unfortunately, I guess, because people will know and remember me as Oliver, hopefully, but I had to make my senior quote something that's in defense of something as simple as my name, and that's just a little bit disappointing. But a lot of people thought that it was funny, and they liked it, and I got compliments on it, but like, there were so many other senior quotes that I wanted to use. So, that kind of sucks, but whatever. I really felt a lot of regret though. Like, my biggest regret in high school was not making my senior quote, because even though my name had my birth name in it, I still would have used this quote. And it is something that my English teacher said. She had assigned a project, or like an essay, and it was a couple days late by a lot of students, including yours truly, probably. She's one of those teachers who lectures you when she doesn't get papers turned into her, and she's kind of hard to feel bad for because of how much she complains. But basically, what she said, and not basically, like I'm not paraphrasing, like she said this. She was addressing our whole class, and she said very bluntly, "If you haven't turned in your essay, you don't deserve to graduate." And that was gonna be my senior quote. "You don't deserve to graduate," attributed to, like, that teacher. She's infamous for saying that because, like, you don't say that to your class. Why would any teacher think that it's a good idea to say such an outrageous thing? And you could tell, like, I feel like it didn't just slip out, you know? She said it with intention. She meant it. And at first I was very outraged and appalled, but then I thought about it and I was like, I mean, like, she's not wrong. I'm sure other people in this class do deserve to graduate, but some of us just don't. And it's not because of that stupid paper, it's because, and I'm gonna talk in first person now. I don't deserve to graduate. Like, I don't belong in the world, you know? I belong in high school. I mean, I'm petty. I am overdramatic. I judge people heavily based on how they're dressed. I like the comfort of having a clique-based society where everyone kind of has their own group. I fit the criteria of someone who belongs in high school. Like, I just have that personality. I'm not an adult. I'm not a citizen. I'm not even a person. I'm a child. What am I doing? Graduating. It's not even a big accomplishment. It's not something that, like, I was working towards. It's just something that, like, I knew was going to happen. Surprisingly, I have never failed a class, so my reward is moving on and not having to try again. College, however, you are working towards a diploma. You're doing your work because you want to get that diploma. And it's all self-discipline, and you're doing it for yourself. You're not doing it for your teachers or your parents or anything. So maybe that will be better for me. Maybe that'll be give me more of an incentive to actually do do work because I have the worst time management skills in the world, but we'll see. Also, I have been out as transgender for a year. I guess I will also talk about how things have changed and how things have stayed the same, and just kind of reflect on the first year that I spent as being a transgender boy/man, because technically I'm a man since I turned 18 on April 3rd, so technically I guess I can't call myself a boy anymore, but like, look at me, I'm not a man. The first thing I would note is being misgendered hurts more. Like, in the first 1, 2, 3, 4 months of me being out, like, I was not out everywhere. I was in the closet at work. So I got misgendered at work all the time, obviously, but obviously it's not their fault because they didn't know. And, like, it sucked. I didn't like it, but it didn't, like, bother me too much. I now have a job where I am out, and while I was applying for jobs, I also found it very difficult to not disclose that I'm trans, because I just feel like writing it in some space on an application is easier than actually saying the words. It's one of those things where you need to come out multiple times, and it can be very awkward to just say, like, I'm trans. Because part of me also feels like they are now heavily judging me, and they're now heavily have this idea of me just based on that statement, but it's something that is sometimes just absolutely necessary to say. Being called my birth name, at first it was just kind of like, you know, normal, a little less normal, a little more discomfort came with it. And at this point, it is a physical reaction. Like, it is painful to hear that name addressed to me, because it is so feminine. Like, it's Daisy. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you know that my birth name is Daisy. You cannot get any more feminine than that. It's so dead to me. I don't know, maybe I'm just being narcissistic, like, oh, it's dead to me, so it should be dead to you too, but, like, seriously. And the whole she thing, like, I understand, because I feel like, you know, sometimes I look masculine and sometimes I don't. So, like, it's more understandable, I guess, because my voice is also very feminine. Or not very feminine, but it's high. But people usually correct themselves if they call me she, usually. Sometimes it's awkward for them to correct themselves, but usually they say she, he. I guess the best way that I could explain how it feels is, like, if you are a cis guy watching this and you go out in public and everyone starts calling you ma'am or miss and all these, like, female words, and you don't know why, it's like throws me off at this point. My feelings of guilt have subsided. I don't really feel guilty with my transition anymore, and when I do, it's usually when I think about the fact that I'm coming very close to testosterone. I'm not sure when I will be on it, but hopefully within the next 3 to 6 months. But the fact that I'm, you know, coming so close to that, and, like, I will change physically, it probably will be painful for my family. So that's something that I've felt a little bit guilty about, but usually I'm able to move past that and, you know, say that this is the right decision and this is what I have to do in order to be happy, and that's good enough. But yeah, I don't feel guilty anymore, or at least not nearly as severe as I felt when I was first coming out, because I've just felt so guilty about changing my name and having all my friends and family switch. Like, I just felt strange making that request because it just felt like it was too much to ask, but now, I mean, it just is what it is. There's no point in being sorry for it. It just is the way that I am. This has been going on for a long time, and I'm gonna stop it now in order to not have too much footage. I talked a lot more than I thought that I would. Yeah, thank you for watching this video. I don't know what I'm gonna call it because I kind of just, like, ranted about things, but yeah, I will see you in my next video. Bye. Okay.